Hi, Green Room. Let's make some Play-Doh together. For this Play-Doh recipe, it's gonna be a little different than the one that we do in the classroom. So you're gonna need some flour, some salt, some oil, and some warm water. And if you wanna add color to your Play-Doh, you're gonna need some food coloring, and you're gonna put that in the warm water. So let's see, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 drops into the warm water. And our first step, we're gonna take our 1 cup measuring cup. So this is probably the biggest measuring cup you have, and it says 1 cup, C-U-P, 1 cup of flour. And when I measure my flour, I like to get a big scoop and then kind of shake it back into the flour so it evens itself out. You're gonna put that in your bowl, 1 cup of flour, and then we need a 1/4 cup of salt. That's probably one of your smaller measuring cups you have at home. And it's gonna say 1/4. That means a 1/4 cup of salt. I lost my salt. 1/4 cup of salt. With the salt, make sure that it gets all the way to the top of your measuring cup to make sure that you have the exact right amount for the recipe. Let's see, almost there. There we go. 1/4 cup salt, and you can even that out to make sure your measurement's right. And then put it in with the flour. And then you're gonna mix those two together. Make sure that the salt is all in with the flour. And next up, we're gonna need a 1/2 tablespoon of oil. So let's see. Whoa. Covered in flour now. That's okay. So it's going to be 1/2 TBS, or I might actually say tablespoon, but you need to look for the B in that word. Tablespoon. You're going to get just a little 1/2 tablespoon. Put that in with your flour and salt. And then you're going to take your warm water. You're gonna pour that in. Then I'm gonna move the camera so you can watch it while I mix it. There we go. Now I have a spatula to start with. You can go in with a spatula or you can start in with your hands. And you might need to add some more flour or some more water. You can add more water if there's too much flour and it's not coming together as a nice Play-Doh that we like. And you can add more flour if it's too liquidy and you can see too much water in there. So I think mine's coming together pretty well. So I'm gonna scrape off my spatula with my finger. And now I'm gonna go in and mix it up with my hands. And you can also do this right on the table. And I'm actually gonna switch to that now. And so it doesn't stick to the table, you might wanna take just a little bit of flour, put it on the table. Your parents might want you to do this on a cutting board or maybe a piece of wax paper. We're gonna put it right on there. Make sure you get all that good flour and color at the bottom. We're gonna knead it. Have you heard that word before? Kind of sounds like we need Play-Doh, we really want Play-Doh, but this is a different word. When you knead something, you kind of pull it onto itself and push it in. We're gonna knead the Play-Doh. And I kneaded the Play-Doh so much that my camera fell. There we go. Okay. Maybe I'll bring this down a little more. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, you just need to see the Play-Doh right now. We're gonna knead this all together. You can squish it into a ball and then squish it down until you have something like this. Now, your hands might keep getting a little sticky, but that's okay. This is a nice messy Play-Doh. And so my 3 drops of food coloring made it this kind of light green color. You can keep your Play-Doh white because all of our ingredients were white except for our oil, which was kind of yellow. So you can keep it that kind of white color, or if you want it to be brighter than this, I'll bring this back up now. There we go. I think it'll stay now. Okay. If you want a more bright color, you can add some more drops of food coloring. But if you want it to be the same color, 3 drops is what we got. So now you have your Play-Doh. What can you do with it? One thing you can do is you can take a little section of it, put it in between your fingers, and you can kind of squish it as you roll it. You can also roll it, you see that? Yeah. You can roll it on the table. And you can make some lines. What'll happen if I bend the line? It'll make a curve. And you can try to make the letters in your name. So let's see, a few weeks ago we sent a lot of you home with your name card. Whose name is this? River. River. I have River's card here. You can put your Play-Doh on your card like this and try to outline the letters. So let's see if Miss Emily can figure out how to show you this while also holding it. And then you can take your other little pieces of Play-Doh. You can make a curve. There we go. And you can take one last little piece. Make a line. Look. There we go. It's an R for river. When you do this, you'll be doing it flat on the table, so it'll be a little easier for you. So you can make letters. You could also try to make some shapes. Let's see. I'm going to try to make a shape with 4 sides. What shape do you think that'll be? It's going to be a square. Let's see. I'm going to squish it with my fingers. See if I can make a square. Squish, 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 squish. Made a little cube. You can also make a circle, or you can make a triangle. I'm excited to see what you make, and your parents can send us pictures of what you make. Bye, Green Room.